Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pop Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. I am your host, Andre C. Right over here is my boy, joins me as always here on the Pop Spot. It's AWS. Hi, we are here to talk about some CWE Cruel Summer Tour. AWS, how you doing, sir?
Oh, I am rocking today. I am absolutely. The week has been pretty slow to start, but we're over the hump. So I am happy with how my week is going so far. Very happy to tear into some CWE tonight. Very happy to talk about one of my favorite promotions.
Tear in. You got some hot takes. You didn't like it? Is that what saying tearing in?
Okay, now don't twist my words like that. This is how I get sued.
I'm going after the words that you said. You said you're going to tear into them. So
I'm ready to tear into it because I'm excited. I'm excited to review the show. Okay. It's not that I don't like it.
Could it sounded kind of like you were ready to shit on them there?
Brother, we were on this show. I'm not going to hate this show.
Yes, we were at this show. Our video played a video of ours played at this show. So
that was surreal. Seeing my face on their screen, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is real."
Let's talk about it. I'm gonna pull up the graphic. We were there for the CWE Cruel Summer Tour featuring the Brian Kendrick in Edmonton, Alberta. The Brian Kendrick,
he is the man, and
he is the man.
He may or may not have a plan.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add in our photos.
Darn.
Yeah, that's
what you should do is you should take them and put them in the thumbnail. If you
that'd
can.
Be kind of hard. I've already got that made. Those are already made.
It's okay.
Yeah. But we are here to talk about the Cruel Summer Tour. So on this show, as some of you might know, in the past, when I used to do a show called Chop Talk with my former co-host over on the Andre Melville at Wrestling Talk Melball. So we last year started to be a sponsor for CWE, and it just got our tickets. We know we're supporting the company by doing this, and they would give us shout outs on the show. They put our graphics up on the screen. So this time around, me and Mel continued on doing the sponsorship package. So this time, but we're no longer doing Chop Talk. So she's doing her own show, Strong Style Chronicles. She took some clips from her show. We took some clips from this show. We melded it all together into one big video. And it played before the show while myself and Melball were both outside chatting with some friends.
I was the only one in the horde that saw it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's because I already seen the video, but I would have liked to see it play in the room. But
yeah, who knows? We could make another one, and it would be equally as cool.
I think Cody and Sage saw it when they were in there.
Cody and Sage also saw it. No, you're right.
Yeah, I think they did see it. But yeah, I was just like, I missed it. Dang it.
It happens to the best of us. It was a great video, though. Props to Melball for the editing. That was really well done.
Yeah, she's a great editor. But from there, we did start to see this awesome show. And we kicked it off with a huge match that only got the show got edited from what it was. And these two were actually supposed to be part of the 8-man elimination tag match, but then got shifted in being their own match when the hardcore title match didn't end up happening. So we got T.Y Jackson versus Ronnie Attitude.
Ronnie Attitude. Okay. First note about Ronnie Attitude is that Gavin the announcer, by the way, well done. Great job as always.
He's adequate.
I think he did a pretty damn good job.
Gavin's great.
Ronnie was billed as being from your ex-wife's house. That is talent.
Yeah, I don't even have an ex-wife, so I don't know what the heck he's talking
Me
about.
neither. I don't even good fucking luck getting one for me.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
it should
Ronnie
just be
attitude.
your ex's house, but then it could be insinuated he's from he's with a dude. I don't know. It's weird.
Equal opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Ronnie attitude. I've seen him wrestle a few times with CWE before here in Edmonton.
Mhm.
Very happy with his work.
Yep.
TY, always a hoot. Uh, he may or may not be in the middle point of the Rad's totem pole, but I'm okay with that. At
We
least he's
all know Rich is at the top. We all know Rich is at the top.
always at the top, but
Yeah.
we can say TY's in the middle. At least he's
I,
not.
I feel like Ben and Ty are like in the middle of together. They're like squished in together. And then you have no because again, Rich then Mitch then Ty and Ben are squished together, and then there's a bunch of just like area and then Larry right at the bottom.
Fucking Larry. Let's get into this match.
Yeah. Before the match even started, when Cam the ref was checking them, when he went to check Ronnie, he went down to pat his ankles, and Ronnie grabbed the back of his head suggestively.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, man. I guess Ronnie does swing both ways here.
I
Okay,
missed
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Cool opportunity kind of guy.
Good.
Beautiful springboard Rana by T.Y in a huge dive over the top to the floor. As T.Y.'s coming back in at one point, Ronnie just kicked the rope into the nether regions of one T.Y Jackson when the ref's back was turned. Yeah.
Very groin-based offense so far from Ronnie Attitude.
Yeah, Ronnie also pulling the turnbuckle so that Cam, the ref, would have to put the turnbuckle back on. So it gave him a chance to choke T.Y with his tape. Ronnie with the Cobra Clutch, or as I like to call it, the money clip.
Yes.
Shout out to Kazuchika Okada. But T.Y fights back, but he actually hits a Cobra Clutch backbreaker, which was really good. And then he hits the backbreaker, then lifts him up into like a side effect.
Yeah, it was kind of a side effect.
Yeah, and he got him for 2 there. T.Y hitting his somersault through the ropes, neck breaker for 2. Ronnie a huge spine buster, but T.Y gets a sunset flip out of nowhere to roll up Ronnie Attitude for the 1, the 2, and the 3 for the surprise win. Not surprise, but kind of surprise finish. But
sheesh. Yeah, no, that was a great contest. It was very, very same-ish, like well, that's not a word I'm looking for. Very high impact out of the beginning. I don't know why I said Sheamus. Okay, we're gonna pretend I didn't say Sheamus. Very out of the box, high impact offense from Ty and Ronnie. Ronnie with the very old school heel work with the choking with the tape and the groin based offense, as I said. Very happy with that. At the beginning, we had like a good 2 minutes of chain wrestling, which is something you don't see often in the Edmonton scene. I love me some chain wrestling. They even did the classic, the arm bar roll over and like somersault out of it over the head, like the WrestleMania 10 Hart Brothers spot. I love that. I love chain wrestling like that. And it was really crisp. This entire match, they worked really well off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very good match. And big shout out to the money clip and big shout out to Ronnie's spine buster. It was massive. Like, honestly, like shades of Batista's spine buster a little bit.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So we move to an 8-person elimination tag match. We have the team of Hotshot, Danny, Duggan, Edward, Wild III, the headline Shaun Martens, and your CWE 123 approved.ca hardcore champion, the pissed off pitbull, Robby Royce, with his manager, Thaddeus Archer III. Taking on the team of the Canadian Goose, Jesse Youngblood, Kat Von Heez, and our oil baron, Crude Oil, Cody Mack.
What?
Honk?
Honk, exactly. I really,
there was two chants in this match.
yep.
Honk, and then us when whenever Edward would come in, we just kept yelling sword, sword.
I was very happy with that
Me
because this
too.
is the first time everyone except me and like anyone that was at K-Days saw Edward
You
Wild.
and Mike. You and
Yeah,
Mike.
K-Days Slamfest episode 6. Check it out. Uh, that was the first time I had seen Edward, and then shortly after Slamfest, it was announced that he was going to be touring with CWE for this tour. I was very happy for him. Very happy to see that he's back and he's gotten a lot better. And yeah, the sword chant. I do love the sword chant, and he seemed to love it too because he just looked at us and just shook his head.
He was so confused. Like he was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, I really also like the juxtaposition, like the four. Okay, three. Nah, yeah, I'll give it four. Four really Canadian wrestlers on Cody's team with like the oil worker, the literal Goose, Big Jess, and Cat going up against the American gimmick, and then the three other guys that are with him. Four other
And
guys
then
that are with him.
and Shaun Martens even standing with Danny doing the thing, the hand on the chest while he was waving the flag and stuff. And like
Yeah.
Edward just steps in the ring, kind of looks at them, and just kind of goes and stands to the side.
Mhm. Yeah. I really like Shaun Martin's entrance where he does like the Bobby Roode thing where he like puts his arms up and the steam goes up. I like that. I just don't like it with Danny's music.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
no, it's not a vibe. I does not spark joy.
No. So some really fun spots in this match. Double Japanese arm drag by Big Jess Youngblood and the Goose to Danny Duggan with that like underhook, the Japanese style arm drag. Love that. Goose getting the bionic wings into the double underhook DDT to Wild. He gets out Mr. Flacco, which I forgot, Mike.
I
Flacco.
forgot my Flacco as well. I'm sorry.
And then he hits as I'm going to call it, the brother Flock, or as otherwise known as the sister Abigail, the brother Flock.
All right, Goose, take that. That's yours.
Or the Flock Blade.
Okay, the Flock Blade is so much better than the brother Flock.
Or the
Goose, if you want either of those, Goose, you can take them.
Yeah, Flock Blade, the brother Flock, either way you want to call him. And he pins Wild to eliminate him, but pretty much right away, Danny Duggan comes in, hits Goose with the flag, and Shaun Martens pins Goose to eliminate him.
Immediately, like when that happened, by the way, I was super confused. But then everyone reminded me, oh yeah, it's an elimination tag. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So a bunch of people are on the floor at one point, and Cody Mack fakes a dive while Jesse Youngblood sneaks onto the apron on the one side. And as everybody's distracted by Cody, he stops, and then Jesse comes off the apron, diving onto everybody on the floor. Look off the apron, looked really good.
That was a fun spot, yeah.
Yeah. Mac dodging the flag from Danny when he tries to hit him with it. Hits a low blow. Then he hits Duggan with the flag, but the ref has turned around to see him hit him with the flag, and and the ref DQs Mac from the match. Mac is very pissed off. He tells Duggan this is not over. Back in the ring, going to the next elimination. Actually, no, not even Cat gets Samoan drop on Martens, but she goes to run off the rope to hit her senton, but Duggan trips her when she's running. The jerk that he is.
What a jerk.
Duggan does get into the match. He attacks Cat, but she just catches him with an inside cradle for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and the elimination. So it's down to 2 on 2. So you have Cat Von Heez and Big Jesse Youngblood taking on, I think it's Robby, Royce, and Shaun Martens at this point.
Yep, those are the 2 and the 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Thaddeus was really hamming it up this entire time, by the way.
Oh, my God.
I'm very happy to see Thaddeus in CWE again.
I love Thaddeus so much. I love him as Rich King's heavy. He's doing a great job taking Rich King to the next level.
He's doing a wonderful job. I'm sorry I followed the fake account.
Trying to keep that dastardly stupid pride in line. God just doesn't know when to not do stuff, but yeah. Jesse does hit a Jesse driver to Shaun Martens, but Thad pulls the ref out before he can count 3, and Robby Royce hits a splash to Jesse, puts Martin on top of Big Jesse Youngblood, and Jesse gets eliminated. So we're down to 2-on-1 Martens and Robby Royce versus Cat Von Heez. I don't even know. Royce. Oh, so Thad grabs Cat on the ropes. Robby Royce runs at them to hit Cat. She ducks out of the way. He hits Thad, knocking him off the ropes. And Cat rolls him up for the 1, the 2, the 3, and it's down to 1-on-1. Shaun Martens versus Cat Von Heez. She gets across. They fight a bit, but Cat gets across these on the Martens, and he taps out, giving the win to Team Cat Von Heez.
Very great match. This was like one of the 2 marquee matches on the card. It was like this, and obviously the star match that'll be coming up very soon. Both, this match was phenomenal. Honestly, like every elimination made sense. Everyone had their time in the sun. Everyone had their 15 minutes of fame in this match. I have one particular note I want to get into before the post match, which is actually some insight from Melball, and this is something that I agree with. Where was it? Yeah, notable insight from Melball. This would be great if they could be like the Japanese 8-man tag rules, where they have 2 on the apron, or 1 in the ring, 1 on the apron, and then 2 down at the corner. Yeah.
I would really like that personally. It did help that it was elimination style, so people were falling away throughout the match, so it doesn't bother. If it was just a standard 8-man tag, yeah, give me Japanese rules. Have the guys down leaning against the apron, 2 of them down for the other one, and have 1 up on the apron. Because that many people does block sight lines for fans.
Yeah.
But no shade against them. Again, it's wrestling. You want to be up the apron to get a tag. But I appreciate the Japanese style where guys, like in multi-man tags, certain people will just kind of stay on the floor and keep one person on the corner, and just allows the fans to be able to see just a little bit better. So
just for better sightlines. That's the only reason I want it. Like it was a great match regardless. Of course, we get the post-match where post-match Shaun Martens ends up laying out Cat with a really nasty-looking DDT. And, he does his cocky heel thing. After that, Bobby comes out after, Jesse is also there and is trying to help. Cody comes out, tries to help. They manage to fight Shaun and the other heels off. Then Bobby comes out, and Bobby in CWE, he's had like a bit of vendetta against his wife, and it seems like the 2 months has been enough time for him to like mend fences with Cat. Because he's like clearly visibly distraught with what happened, and he is making damn well sure that Cat gets the attention she needs.
And the Emmy goes to Bobby Sharp for his performance here tonight, because I didn't believe a single bit of his acting here, because the man has never been concerned about her well-being. He literally was beating her up last month trying to make her eat dog food. I don't believe anything of what this man was doing here in this match.
Maybe the dog food did something to him. I don't know.
I know he was puking, but that's about it. It didn't change him any. I know that for a fact.
That's a fair point. I mean, I was at least somewhat fooled judging by how he acted in the next match. We'll
talk about that. Let's get to that.
Let's get to the match number 3. Let's do it.
So Bobby took her Cat to the back, and then we had the next match. It was announced. It was former WWE legend, not star, legend, the Brian Kendrick makes his way out to the ring. We got to meet him before the show. It was awesome getting to chat with him.
I got put in the captain's hook. That was fun.
Yeah, you got captain hooked. So we got into this match, special attraction match. Bobby Sharp comes out. They ring the bell, but he rolls out of the ring and he's saying, like, I can't do this. She's in the back. I don't believe anything. I don't believe any of it. Like, not even a single bit of this. Because this was just him trying to avoid fighting Brian Kendrick. That's all this was. He was just playing, because and then Kendrick says something to him, and Bobby was right in there fighting, and he stopped caring. So I don't believe he actually cared at all.
Yeah, he said something about Kat, and then they immediately went at it.
I don't think he said anything crude.
Nothing bad, just that she's going to be okay or something.
Yeah, I don't believe any of what Bobby Sharp was trying to lay on here. It was way too thick. He was laying it on way too thick, man.
It was very thick.
Yeah, I didn't believe a single word that came out of his mouth here. I didn't believe any of the. This was an Emmy-winning performance here. He wins the CWE Emmy for acting here tonight. That's what I'm giving him. I'm giving him the official the first ever Pop Spot Emmy for this. He gets the first ever Pop Spot Emmy for his acting here.
Is that just an Emmy that's shaped like a can of Orange Crush?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But it's also it's attached to just a coaster on the coaster is glued to the bottom, and then it's got this almost like a plastic like a clear plastic coating around the whole thing.
Oh yeah. So it's like the rose in Beauty and the Beast.
No. But it's it's just literally like somebody poured plastic over it, and it just
it's just an epoxy coating.
Yeah, okay. Epoxy coating. Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought it was the dome.
Bobby Sharp, the official first winner of the Pop Spot Emmy. It's a prestigious award we literally just created right now.
Before 2 years from now, we're still doing this, and we're doing an awards show at the end of each year.
Now this is our show award. Year-end award's completely different. This is our show award.
Okay, great. Now we have to come up with an award every show.
No. It's all this. Somebody can only win the Pop Spot Emmy if their acting is that good.
I'll do some thinking for some other awards we can drop.
Yeah. So it finally starts. Bobby gets a huge tope suicida to Brian on the floor at one point. Really good. Tope suicida. Then he tries to run at Kendrick on the floor, but Kendrick dodges out of the way, and Bobby runs into the steps.
He clatters into the stairs.
Oh, it was loud. They end up back in the ring. Kendrick's trying to get the captain's hook on, but he gets a sleeper. He's trying to work into the captain's hook. Quite gets there, but he's got the sleeper on at multiple points. But Bobby does fight out. But Kendrick does kick him in the gut. He drops him with a big kick for 2. Beautiful spinning leg lariat by Bobby Sharp here in this match. He's got a very nice spinning leg lariat.
Love the leg lariat.
The end of this match comes super kick by Mr. Brian Kendrick. And then gets the lariat. Super kick by Kendrick, but then Bobby Sharp comes back with a lariat and a Michinoku driver. He goes for a power bomb, but Kendrick gets a double leg takedown into the jackknife cover for the 1, the 2, and the very surprising ending here for the 3 count. I was like, oh, okay, that's how it ended. I didn't even fully get my captain's hook. Okay.
Yeah, it was sad because a bunch of people around me were like, oh, you didn't do the captain's hook, and Andreas, of course, as he is, oh, he didn't even do sliced bread number 2. He's a phony.
Yeah. I didn't even hit sliced bread number 2, which I was a little slightly disappointed by. I was a big fan of sliced bread number 2.
Yeah, I do love a sliced bread, but I was okay with it in the moment because I half believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was still happy with Kendrick's performance. I love watching Kendrick wrestle. His matches in the Cruiserweight Classic are some of my favorite matches of that decade. So I'm very happy with the performance here, despite how short and sweet it was. Could I have seen them wrestle 5-10 more minutes? Maybe. But we'll never know. It was a good match. I'm very happy with it.
I enjoyed it. Just I was like, okay, I wish this was a little longer. I wish we got a little more. I wish we hadn't have got the 2 to 3 minutes of Bobby just avoiding wrestling on the floor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was a little long, so it kind of took away a bit from the match. So you kind of by the time they get in there, finally, Jesus Christ. And but it already kind of exhausted me, just going, come on, get in the goddamn ring.
It was very late 90s WCW from that. It just reminded me of the that one match. I think it was Fall Brawl 98, where it was supposed to be Rick versus Scott, or Rick and Scott were in a tag with Buff in there at some point, and Buff got injured during the match, and then the match just stopped for like 15 minutes because Buff got injured.
Yeah, I don't know. It took away from the match for me, the early part. I think it was a good match overall.
Yeah, it was great.
Again, it felt a little short though. Like from the I guess if you add those 3 minutes in, it's not a short match, but it's like by the time the action finally got started, to the finish, it felt a little short.
Yeah, like, it felt short.
Again, still happy I got to meet him and got to see Brian Kendrick wrestle. So
I'm very happy I could continue the streak, the CWE streak of me getting put in moves by the guest wrestler, because at the CWE show before this, Chris Masters was there. I got put in the master lock. That was fun.
So I think from now on, any big name wrestler you meet, we have to get them doing like if we ever meet Seth Rollins, we have to have him stomp you. Like
that's harder to take a picture of.
I can't.
My thought is
we'll take a video. We'll take a video and then we'll get a picture out of it.
That means if I ever met Gunther, I'm gonna get chopped, and I hate that.
Oh, dude, I would love to see Gunther chop you. I'd love to see anybody chop you.
Give it time. I have thoughts.
But we went to intermission, and when we came back, we had our CWE Championship match. The champion Chizzled Chad Daniels with the boulders, the shoulders that are boulders, taking on the Zombie Killer Mentallo. So I learned something tonight.
Yeah,
or at that show.
Yep.
Because I'm a dumbass. I learned I'm a dumbass.
Same.
So we were sitting there and we were talking about Mentallo's name, the Zombie Killer Mentallo.
Yep.
I always looked at it as he's a hunter that kills zombies. And
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Between Cody in front of me, and Mike and Nathan next to me saying, no, he's a zombie who is a hunter of people. And I clued into like, oh shit, Mentallo's a zombie, because it makes sense with the bullet hole on the on the forehead, on the face mask. It makes now more sense that he's the zombie that hunts. I can't believe I messed that up.
To be fair, you weren't the only one that messed that up.
Yeah. I also learned that Mentallo has wrestled a couple people from Pro Wrestling Noah that I didn't know he had faced before. He mentioned he's wrestled Yohei. Hey, one of Melball's favorites, and Manabu Soya. Actually one of Yohei's partners in Passionate Retells. So like I was just like blown away when he was telling me, and he knows a bunch of other people from Noah too. So I was like, we were chatting with him after the show, and he was telling us this because Mel covers Noah, and we're to your side, and she's just like, oh my god, like it's just this weird like meeting of the worlds. Like don't get me wrong, was it 2016, 2017? I ring announced Kaito Kiyomiya at a CWE show that I ring announced years back. So, which I didn't remember until like a month ago when I was looking through old memories of stuff, and I found my picture of me and Kelly Klein, and she was on that show, and I looked up the show, and there's Kaito Kiyomiya's name, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's just crazy.
There's some weird ones, and I'm pretty sure I've ring announced Sonata too on one of these CWE tours. So when he was Seiya Sonata, so my brain doesn't work properly anymore. I'm getting old. That's what happens.
It happens.
But let's talk about. I put my notes away. I'm a crazy weirdo. Turned his notes off after he was looking something else up. So we have a great chain wrestling, really good chain wrestling early on, like the way they flowed together. You were mentioning chain wrestling in the match. They had really good chain wrestling in the start of this match too. And then we had Sage, Cody's daughter, going out yelling at Chad, and he's yelling back at her. We decided we want Chad versus Sage at the next CWE show.
Let it happen. Book it.
Let's book it. Let's go.
I just want to hear the promo that Sage is going to cut on Chizzled bad.
Mentallo's drop kick is absolutely tremendous. He's got a beautiful height, beautiful extension on it. Absolutely beautifully. He gets it. He actually crotches Chad up top at one point, hangs him in the tree of woe, and goes up and pulls off the El Fantasmo special by stepping on the balls. And then he falls up with the tree of woe drop kick to the face. At one point, Chad gets he hits a flip over the corner and then stunners Mentallo on the ropes, comes back in. At one point, he starts doing like the jumping jacks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Keeping in shape even in the middle of the match. He's got to keep getting his workout in. Lots of good stuff. Beautiful harsh knee to the face by Mentallo at one point, but Chad catches him running and hits a swinging rock bottom. Looked really good in here. I did not mean to do that on my phone. That was weird. My phone just jumped 3 pages down. Mentallo gets, as we called it, the STA, the step over toe hold arm bar, and then transitions into the step over toe hold face lock, and he gets the STF locked in. Then he moves into a crossface, then into the double arm bar, but Chad eventually does get the foot on the ropes. Lots of good wrestling throughout in this match. Mentallo hitting the front rolling fireman's carry, otherwise known as the Green Bay plunger to anybody that watches New Japan, the Kamikaze by Oleg Bolton. Hits the front flip, or the Green Bay plunge, as one Mr. Kennedy / Anderson used to do. Does that in the ring, does that flip, and then up to the second rope, hits the second rope moonsault, but only gets 2. Mentallo hits up the pump kick, but Chad comes back he misses the pump kick. Chad comes back with a super kick, hits a Falcon Arrow driver, but Mentallo kicks out of 2.29999. Then Chad follows up immediately with the Oscutter, but Mentallo kicks out at 1, and I'm like, why? I'm like, that's the only thing I didn't like in this match was the fact that he kicked out at 1. I don't like kickouts at 1. I'm sorry. I understand it when you're in the main event of Forbidden, or you're the semi-main event of Forbidden Door, and you're Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. And I understand kicking out at 1 point. I don't care for it personally, but yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah, Chad undoes the mask a bit, but gets sent into the corner. Mentallo hits 2 haluva kicks, but Chad stops the third by hitting Mentallo with the championship that he pulled up out of the corner. And Chad is disqualified.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was there was something that after the Falcon Arrow driver, we get Chad. You said Chad hits the Oscutter. Melball from behind me was just like in the most deadpan voice, Chad Cutter. Thank you, Melball. Thank you for that note.
Oh no, we're on. I have official name. It's called the Chizzler.
No,
his springboard cutter is now called the Chizzler.
The Chizzler. That's too good.
Chizzler. The Chizzler.
Yeah. There's also a part in between the Chad Cutter and the haluva kicks.
No. Chizzler.
Sorry, the Chizzler and the haluva kicks. There's a bit where I believe it's Chad ends up using the ref as like a shield. Cam takes a big hit, and then he does the panto where he like stands there for a second, and he just the Looney Tunes fall. And then we also have a bit during that bit where, Cam is down. I almost called him Chizzler. Chad uses his chisel for a 2.9999 that was also very fun. I'm never gonna get over that. That's it now. That's every time I see that cutter, it's the Chizzler. Damn, thanks.
No, only when Chad does it.
That's what I meant, when Chad does it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, no, this was probably it's a toss up between this, the 8-man, and the next match as to what my match of the night is. This was definitely the fastest paced match, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It had the most spots in such a condensed, like, 20-minute match. It was a lot of fun. Very happy with the performance. Very happy with Mentallo.
You want to talk about the post match?
Oh yeah, there was there.
Yeah, there was. So after the match, Chad does come back, does attack Mentallo, goes for his TKO, but Mentallo slips out and hits the super kick, and Chad rolls out, running away, crying.
I did not take notes on that post match. That's my bad. I was just I think I was actually no. I think I was in the bathroom when this post match happened. I went to quickly change my shirt. So
it happens.
Which happens. But yeah, no, it was a great match. Very happy with it. Very, very fast paced. Very well worked. I do love the few times I get to see Mentallo and Chad. I think he's my second favorite Chad in wrestling, honestly. And I think the only reason he's second in my list is that the other Chad actually likes me.
Oh, you're talking about the Chad that has all the money. Okay.
Yeah, the Chad with the money. We'll see you soon, sir.
Who can drive across Canada for 36 hours straight?
Well, I mean, only if he's powered by Tim Hortons and Domino's. Let's be real.
That is true.
And he is a provincial USC slow pitch champion, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that is so true. Him and the nasty one.
Yeah, that was great to see. No, this was a great match. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to our main event of the evening, the clash of the former tag team partners. And if you want to see them as a tag team, find Kamikaze at any of the events he is at, and just talk to him about getting one of these. The Kamikaze Ultimate Collection has wrestling matches throughout his entire career up until the recent there's not much from the last couple of years here, but all of his classic wrestling from early on in his career, which does feature some tag team matches between him, a masked Kamikaze, and a mysterious wrestler called Eclipse.
Yes. The Brothers in Flight.
The Brothers in Flight. And rumor has it that the brother in flight named Eclipse, under that mask was a vampire was hiding under there. And it was one Gabriel Lestat. But that's just a rumor. It's just a rumor.
That's crazy. I've heard hearsay that the only reason that Cam ever found out that Eclipse was a vampire was that they were out eating in an Italian restaurant one day.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
Yeah, it's a terrible joke, but hey, I think
it's the best kind of bad joke. But,
so bad it's good type of joke.
Yeah. So we start this match off with some sportsmanship because they shake hands and everybody chants sportsmanship. Sunset flip by Gabriel early on, but Cam rolls through. He rolls out of the sunset flip, dives over top of Gabriel, then jumps up and drop kicks Gabriel right in the back of the head. Looked really good. Lots of good wrestling throughout here. Cam does a somersault roll into a pop-up and lands on Gabriel in the corner, and monkey flips him out of the corner. Crazy athleticism there.
He's so athletic.
So there's a spot that we were talking about, myself and Cody and Nathan were talking about, where Cam whipped Gabriel into the corner so hard that he had to take a back bump. He had to fall on his back himself, with so much power in that throw that he had to throw himself to the mat.
Yep.
I was just like, oh my god, that was way too much power.
That's the type of kayfabe I love.
Yeah. Omer
Simpson.
Omen fires back up with kicks, hits a backdrop suplex for 2. Cam is in the corner, and Gabriel just yells, "Get over here!"
Yeah, he does do that.
I was just like, oh my god, he's Scorpion now. And he picks him up and hits a Death Valley driver for 2. Gabriel gets the tarantula on the ropes. He then eventually gets a vamp domino stretch, as I'm calling it now. Then gets then hits a pump handle power bomb for 2. Gabriel flips over the corner, but Cam drop kicks him to the floor. Then Cam dives on him onto the floor. Gabriel, though, fights back on the floor. He does slingshot Cam into the post. Lots of crazy more stuff in this match. It goes on. Cam hits a huge Michinoku driver, but only gets 2. Gabe stops a brainbuster attempt and hits a Falcon Arrow driver for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel goes for the 21, but only gets about a 14.5 plex here.
He didn't get all of it. He got
I would say he got about 14.5 out of 21 there. But so he only gets 2 here because the one he hit on Friday at Top Talent that he hit on Sheik. Oh my God, it was picture perfect. There was something that was just a little off. He fell to the side somewhat. He still got the flip off, but it was more like a 14.5 plex. But he only gets a 2. End of this match comes. Cam hits backflips into the backflips out of a backdrop driver. Hits a drop kick to Gabe. Sends him into the ropes. Hits a 619. He goes to the top.
587.
He goes 780 right here. He goes to the top, but misses the somersault leg drop off the top. And Gabriel catches him with a small package for the win. But Gabriel thinks he has kicked out before the 3. So Gabe goes after him after the match. But the ref he starts to try to fight Gabriel some more. But the ref
goes after Gabe.
Yeah, sorry. Cam goes after Gabriel after the match, thinking that he kicked out before 3. Mm-hmm. But the ref has to pull him off, saying, "No, I counted 3." And Cam's just like bewildered by this finish. And I understand it though. I watch enough like MMA and stuff when you see a guy get knocked out, like get hit with a flash knockout, and the ref stops it, and the ref's over a guy, but he comes right back too. And then he grabs the ref, thinking it's the guy he's fighting. So again, he thought he kicked out at 3. He thought he kicked out before the 3. So I understand him trying to keep going. So
yeah. I do have post-match notes, but I got to talk about a couple things. Firstly, these are specifically gear-based notes I have here, and I feel like I would like to bring them up. First thought that went into my head, weird question, and I finally have an outlet to ask this. Why does Omen have a Canadian arm sleeve? Just to sleeve, because he has the arm sleeve that's just covered in Canadian flags, and I'm like,
he's a proud Canadian vampire.
No, you see, because like here's the exact note verbatim. Why does he have a Canadian arm sleeve? Isn't he from Salem, Massachusetts? Is he a defector? Does he hate Danny Duggan? It'd be the first right choice he's made.
Remember, he was born in Salem, Massachusetts back in the 1600s when he was turned into a vampire and has defected to Canada, and he's become the vampire of Canada.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. He's probably been a Canadian longer than Danny's been alive, so I'll give him that. Second note about Omen's gear, his boots are Goodyear brand. I didn't even know they made wrestling boots. Because seriously, on the sole of his boots is the Goodyear logo. And I'm like, they make wrestling boots? Okay. That's...
No comment on that one.
I just had no clue they made wrestling boots. But, like they were fine. They were good boots. Just weirded me out that the Goodyear logo was on the sole. That's it for that. This has been the unsuccessful first episode of me talking about Omen's gear. It won't happen again. Don't worry. What else do we have here? I already wrote Cam goes 587. I already brought that up. Nothing really important other than that. We'll go to the post-match. Post-match, Cam gets up and, he, like Andre said, he does the, he gets up and he thinks he's still in the match. They eventually break it up, and we have the big show of respect between the two former tag partners. They shake hands, they raise each other's hands, and Cam specifically says, "It was that close. I will get you next time, Omen. It was that close." And I'm like, yeah, I would not mind watching these two wrestle again because it was fun. It probably, out of the 3 really good matches tonight, is probably my match of the night, if I can be honest. Cam,
me too.
I love watching Cam wrestle, especially that he's like a rubber band man. He's got the rubber band man drop kick. That was the big drop kick where he like kips up and then drop kicks into the monkey flip. He calls that the rubber band man drop kick, which I think is a very cool name. Just very high impact offense from both of these guys. Gabriel with that little Latin flair from his time in Mexico. Very fun with that. The Bandito 14.5 plex was very fun. He got it perfect on Friday. We're not giving him too much crap. He did a perfect Bandito 21 on Friday. It's just, it is what it is. This was a great contest. I really have nothing else to say other than that. I would love to watch these two wrestle again.
Yeah, I thought these two were solid. The chemistry is there between these two, just like we saw with Gabriel and Sheik on Friday. History with someone really does make a match. Because you know how they work, you know what they're going to try to attack you with, so you tend to work a lot better in seeing how to counter certain things. So again, the chemistry was there, and then made for easily my match of this night was Kamikaze versus Gabriel Lestat.
Good, we're in agreement on that. That's good. So they finish up and they leave. Gavin with his final little send off, he lets the crowd know that the next show in Edmonton is going to be November 26th with the Rumble to Remember tour. I think I have that right. Which is their big tour that they always do in November, which caps off with a big battle royal for a shot at the CWE championship.
This will be the first time in a while that we're getting a weekday show for CWE. It is on a Wednesday.
Wait, it's on a Wednesday? Okay, hold on.
Again, this is during they tour. They run every day of the week. So
yeah, no, I only just noticed it was a Wednesday. Okay, well, I hope I'm available.
Me too, because I have a job.
Yeah,
that I have to go to.
I hopefully will have a job soon. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I don't know what I meant. I'm at a job until 5 o'clock most nights, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But we have come to the end of another episode of the Pop Spot, ladies and gentlemen. So, my boy, AWS, where can they find you?
Absolutely. You can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Andreas, and my best friend in the world, Malcolm, shoot the crap about okay. All right, we're gonna talk later. Right, you're my favorite co-host. He has seniority in the friend department, Andre. I'm sorry. Anyway, you can check us out at the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And just to quickly chat about the Grindstone fundraising campaign. I know I talked about it a couple of days ago, so bear with me. We're currently over 21,000. We're at $21,035 out of a goal of 40,000. Again, the goal is just kind of there as like a benchmark. It's okay. Any amount helps. We're 4 days away from the end of the fundraiser. So if you have any extra scratch, any ability to donate, even as little as $5 to the Grindstone Theater, support the local arts, especially in the post-Fringe ennui of, everyone getting kind of depressed now that the Fringe is over. Definitely go shoot some money over to the Grindstone Theater. It's one of the best places for stand-up comedy, improv, musical improv, any type of theater, really. It's one of my favorite places in the city, and I have a lot of friends down there. So do me a favor if you want and throw some money at the Grindstone for your boy AWS. I would appreciate it. But that's enough from me. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the X and Blue Sky at That Candidate, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Candidate. You can find me over on our local establishment where I do the show Point of the View with my boy Bobby Munson. Eventually, sometimes when he wants to show up, our boy Old Ed, and all the other great people in the chat. This coming Sunday is our big NFL kickoff. This show is going to be pretty much outside of a quick little bit of outside sports news right off the hop of the show. This show will be dedicated to the NFL, as we will be doing the first ever our local establishment fantasy draft. Myself, Bobby Munson, Ed, the Empress Willie, Peggy, and a bunch of our friends, a few of our friends from the chat, and my boy Josiah. The 8 of us will be doing a fantasy draft, and we are going to be doing a football fantasy league against each other. It's the OLE League of Greatness. The draft will be live on stream on Sunday, so please come check us out. Hang out in the chat. Watch the draft board as we draft. It'll be a really fun time. Ed will make his return to the program this Sunday. And we'll also be doing the first 2 predictions of the year, because we have games on Thursday the 4th and Friday the 5th. So we have to do those predictions this Sunday along with the fantasy draft. So come out, see what the boys with me, Ed, and Bobby all make our predictions for, and find out what the chat consensus and what their picks are going to be in the chat. We know I know it won't be picking the Seahawks this time, but in the first full week of it, the Seahawks are the automatic pick for the viewers because of STG. But one other thing coming out in 2.5 weeks time. Myself and Peggy will be back for a DC Talk episode where we're going to chat the first 4 episodes of Peacemaker Season 2. So come check us out as we do that in a couple weeks. After episode 4 releases, we'll be coming out that weekend to talk DC Talk, and we'll be chatting all about that. You can also find me right here on Backbreaker Video with all the great content that me and my boy AWS put out for all the wrestling stuff that we want to talk about. But you can also see a lot of great wrestling. Go into the classic archives, check out all the wrestling. Go watch a match between Michael Richard Blaze and the current Maple Leaf Pro women's champion Giselle Shaw from, I think it was Drayton Valley. Go check that match out.
Watch that.
You're going to see a guy at the start of the match ring announcing that you might just recognize this guy. So go check that out and all the other great wrestling content over on Backbreaker Video. See Mike's watch-alongs that he does for AEW every week. You can also check him out live on YouTube and over on his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, doing those AEW watch-alongs. And if you want to, he also plays a lot of video games over there on Twitch. You can check him out there. And if you want to see replays of his gaming content, go to youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming for all the great gaming content that he puts out on that channel. One more shout out for CW. Go to CWCanada.ca or CWTickets.com to get your tickets for any event that they do all across Canada, from BC to Ontario, all the great stuff that they do. I actually don't know if they're in BC, if they have done it in BC in a while, but from Alberta to Ontario, all the shows that they do in between, go check them out for any of the shows they do anywhere. And don't forget, November 26th, come out and hang out with the Horde.
With the Horde
at CWE. Rumble to Remember Tour.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. So with that, we have come to the end of another episode of the Pop Spot. This has been my boy, Andre C. That's the first time I've messed that up. Andre C. I have been AWS. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video, check out all of their awesome content. And make sure to ring the bell so that you are here when the new episodes of the Pop Spot come up. And check out all of his live streaming content, his AEW watch-alongs. They are a blast. But until next time, stay poppin'. Bye.